though. This is like the old, like back when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. This is now, dude. Holy shit. What's up, everyone? Today I'm here to show you how to create your own 3D terrain, and how to, of course, port it into your source filmmaker. Now, this is a bit of a long process, so I'm going to go through it as carefully and slowly as possible. Let's start with what you're going to need to do this. You're going to need Crowbar, first of all. You're obviously going to need Source Filmmaker, VTF Edit, Blender, and Blender Source Tools. Now, that's just what you're going to need to port the model into SFM. Now, to actually make the model, all you need is textures. You're going to need your base texture, your normal maps, and a displacement map. But that's all you'll need, really. So let's just get started. So you can find textures just about anywhere on the internet. There's all sorts of websites that just peddle these really nice high quality textures, and lots of them include, of course, everything you'll need to make your model. So they'll have normal maps, base textures, obviously, and displacement maps, which is the number one thing you're going to need for this process. Now, for this video, I'm going to be using a website that gives free textures, texturehaven.com. We're just going to grab a texture from this website. Anyone will do. I'm going to choose one with some nice verticality. Which one's going to look fucking good? This one looks fucking brilliant. Alright. Yeah, it looks kind of fucking ugly, but you know what? We'll make this work. So in case you're wondering what the textures are going to look like, this is our base texture. This is our normal map. This is our normal map. And this is our displacement texture. So once you open up Blender, assuming you're using the latest version, it should look something like this. Just hit A, and then hit X, and delete that. You don't need any of those. Now what we're going to do, Shift, A, Mesh, and Plane. We're going to get this nice little plane right here. And we're going to zoom out a bunch because this plane is very small, actually. So we're going to scale that up until you see, you want to gauge it by looking at this fog here. It should be something around like this size. Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Yeah, they're perfect. So you want it to be you want it essentially to be visible by the time this fog, this in-engine fog rolls around. Now, real quick, I'm just gonna rename this plane Ground. Rocky Ground, that's what I'm naming this model. Now, if we hit Tab, we'll go into Edit mode. This is how many faces our model has. Our model has two triangles, I guess, I don't know, and four verts. So you can see that it's very low poly. This is usually what these flat ground models you'll see in SFM have. You know, it's only one face on each side. We're going to improve this a bit. So the thing is that you can't actually use these displacement maps with low poly models because you're going to be adjusting the verticality of the model, which is going to create some jagged terrain and visible vertices under certain lighting. So you want to make this model high poly, basically, like as high poly as Source allows, which I found is around 130,000 verts. Right now we're at 4, so let's go ahead and increase that. We're going to make this more high poly by right-clicking and then clicking Subdivide, still in edit mode. So to sum it up, you're going to select your object, edit, right-click, subdivide. And you can see we're just going to keep doing this over and over and over again until we get to a really high number for our verts. We're shooting for around 130,000. You don't want to really go much higher than that because Crowbar won't actually compile anything that's too high poly. So we're just going to keep hitting subdivide, 66,000, one more time, and that should do it. There we are. So now we're at 263. That's a little too high poly. Just a little. So, what we're going to do here to fix this, because we do want to squeeze as many polys out of it as possible. So we're going to click on this wrench icon right here, and this will allow us to add a modifier. We're going to go to this generate section and click on decimate. This will help us reduce the amount of polys. And we're going to go from collapse to unsubdivide. And we're just going to turn this iteration count to 1 and apply. Oh, wait, right shit. Apply. There we are. And now if we hit edit, it'll be 131K. That is an acceptable number. So, you can see it's pretty high poly, I'd say. This is serviceable. So next up, you're just going to hit Control, Save, just name it whatever the fuck you want. There we are. Okay, so we've got our terrain model now, but now we need to make it look like, terrain and not like a flat object. So we're going to do hit tab to go back into this object mode here, and we're going to click on this checkerboard right here. This is the texture menu, basically. We're going to create a new texture, and right here under image, whatever it is, hit open. Now, once you've hit open, you're just going to find wherever the fuck your textures are. For me, that should be here. Let's see. So I've put my textures in this folder right here. Where the fuck is... So these are where I put my textures. They're just generic JPEG textures, nothing special about them. What you're going to do is you're going to find your displacement texture. That's the disp texture right here. If you're confused as to which one your displacement texture is, just remember your displacement texture should be white mostly with a few dark spots. It should be blurry. You're just going to go back and click on the wrench, and then, oh, here's where the magic begins. You hit displace, and it'll do that. You go to texture. You click on this checkerboard icon, and then you click on your texture, your displacement texture. There we go. Now, this isn't actually what our model should look like. It looks nice right now, but it's a bit too intense, actually. If we hit tab to go into edit, you'll see it goes back to this flat terrain version. That's because we haven't applied our displacement yet, and we don't want to, not yet. There's still more that we gotta do with this. So this looks pretty good right now, but odds are when you put in your displacement texture, it's gonna look something like this right here. Like it's gonna look like a real mess. That's fine. Don't worry about that. You just turn the strength down. And what I've found that turning it down to 0.1 is usually the ideal number. So we turn it down to that. This is very flat. You know what? I'm going to turn it up some more. Yeah, there we go. All right, we'll go with this. Okay, so this is a nice sort of level, I feel. We're going to hit apply now. So we're going to click on apply. Boom, applied there. And now you see if we hit edit, there we are. It's fixed. It's stuck in this beautiful terrain mode. But you'll also notice that it's a little jagged, you can see. You can sort of make out all these vertices. What we're going to do here, since we don't want it to be so sharp, we want this to be more smooth. So I'm going to hit edit and go down here. I'm going to right click and smooth vertices. Yeah, it looks good actually. Alright, so there we are. We've smoothed down our vertices. Everything looks totally smooth now. Okay, so we've got our high poly terrain model. What now? First of all, you're going to want to rename your material. So I'm just going to double click on this material and rename it to Rocky. There we are, Rocky. Alright, cool. Okay, now here's where Source Tools comes in. You're gonna hit this icon right here, the triangle and sphere and ball, whatever. This is gonna be where you export your model. So you see this red bar right here? You're gonna click on this folder icon next to the red bar, and it's going to give you, this menu. You're just going to find. Now, here, this is a very important part. Like, this is mission critical. Do not fuck this up, or your model will be invisible when you get it into SFM. So, you're going to find your programs file. So, let's see, where the fuck is that at? So, first off, you're going to go to your programs file. That's going to be at, the very top at C slash whatever it is up here. Go into your programs file, programs 86, that is, and you're going to find where Steam is. So let's see where that fucking is. Hold on. Where the fuck is Steam? God, I'm retarded. I was right there. All right, so we're going to go into Steam. Then you're going to find Steam apps, common, source filmmaker, game. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to export this into my scene build folder. You can put in user mod or wherever you want, really. Now, just make sure that you go in there, you open up your models folder. Okay, you're in the models folder. Now you can put it wherever the fuck you want. So, when I go looking for the models in SFM, this is going to be the directory. I'm going to find it in CGI Joe terrain. So, we're going to hit accept. There we are. So we've set up our search path. This is where we're going to be exporting to. Don't touch anything else. You don't need to. Just export your terrain model. Oh, whoops, I forgot a fucking big step. So, Studio MDL doesn't know how to fucking compile anything over 60K verts. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to split this model up into 3 pieces. Don't worry, I'll show how you do that. So first of all, you're going to want to go into edit mode, so, tab. And then you see this thing up here. You're going to click on this Z button, and it'll bring you to a top orthographic view. That's important, of course. You want to be in this orthographic view here. So now what you're going to do is Z. You're going to press Z on your keyboard. That's Z. And then click on wireframe. So make sure you're in wireframe. This wireframe should be highlighted blue. And now you're going to left click and drag in edit mode right over, let's say, a third of this. Now, if you look at the bottom of your screen, this number here for next to verts, it should not be higher than 60,000, or I'd be safe and say 50,000, because our total model is 130,000, and we only need to split it into 3 pieces. So you've highlighted this portion of the model. Now you're going to press P on your keyboard, and you're going to click separate by selection. And now you can see that we've got 2 separate models. We've split it into 2 pieces. Now we're going to hit tab after selecting the bigger piece and highlight that. There we are, 40,000. Beautiful. And we're going to do the same thing, hit P and separate by selection. Oh, fucking great. Now I'm just going to rename this real quick. 1, 2, and 3. So we've got these 3 separate pieces here, and now we're going to export all 3 of them. So just hit A on your keyboard. It'll select all. Go to this export button right here. Export scene. No, not hold on. Scene, not scene. Blah, blah. Export selected objects. Boom. There we go. Now, it might take a moment because this is really high poly. Once it's exported, you can just go and find wherever the fuck you saved it to. So for me, that's going to be in game, scene build, models, CGI Joe, terrain, and there we go. We've got our models. Okay, now, these are SMDs. Obviously, we can't use those. Source Filmmaker uses MDL files, so this is where Crowbar comes in. So open up Crowbar, you'll see that Crowbar for compiling models requires a QC file. Now what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to go here into my terrain folder and copy this file right here. Just going to copy my QC file. This is just so I don't have to make a new one from scratch. Fucking name this. It doesn't really matter what you name it. I'm just being organized here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna edit my QC file. You can see it really doesn't need to be that complicated. Just have it include these models here. Max verts 65 530. Make sure that's included. Whatever the fuck this stuff is, I'll probably just include this in the description to make it easier for you to copy paste it. So this line right here, this needs to be the directory of your SMD files starting from models. So after models essentially. So in this case that is CGI Joe terrain, and then our QC file name right here, which is Rocky. So that's CGI Joe, terrain, Rocky. Perfect. Now you're going to just put in the name of your models. So that is going to be Rocky Terrain 1. So that's Rocky Terrain 1, Rocky Terrain 2, and Rocky Terrain 3. There we are. So this line up here is where a Source Filmmaker will be searching for the models. This line is where a Source Filmmaker will be searching for the materials for that model. So we're going to change this to whatever directory we set up our materials in. So now is probably a good time to get into the biggest pain in the ass of porting these models, and that is setting up your materials. So you're going to go back to your folder, whatever you're using, and open up the materials folder. A lot of people actually like to just put it in their models folder inside of materials. Again, that's not necessary, but you can do that if you want. I'm doing that right now. So I'm going into materials, models, CGI Joe, and I'm just going to create a new folder, terrain. Okay, now this is where we're going to put our materials. This folder right here. Remember, when you're porting models, it's all about the right directories. Everything has to be in the right place. You're just going to drag your materials on top of VTF edit. So we're going to start with our normal map because we're going to do something a bit different for our normals. And you see here it says BGR8. It should normally say like DTX, DXT, whatever. We're going to change that to BGR888 for our normal map. And this is just for our normal map. We don't want to do this for anything else. So when we change the normal map to BGR888, it's going to basically make the normal map a lot higher quality. Okay, so here's our normal map. You're going to hit this save icon, and you're just going to go to that new folder directory we've created. Where the fuck did I put it? There we are, custom terrain. Here we are, normal. So that's our normal map for our rock terrain. Let that save, and there we are. So there it is, 65 megabytes for one texture. So that's why we're not going to make all these textures BGR888 very memory extensive, just having it as a normal map. Alright, so there's our normal map. Now we're going to go to our base texture right here, drag that onto here, and what the fuck did I say it was? DXT5? Shit, I don't fucking know. I hope this works. Jesus. Ah, there we are. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the save icon right here and just name this, what is it, normal rock. So let's name this color rock. There we are. We now have our materials set up, so let's fix this. Okay, so first off, fix our path. So this is terrain. And this is going to be the name of our VMT, so let's just name it Rocky. Terrain 1. There we are.
I'm sick.
So you hit save. There we go. Okay. Oh, also the fucking idle, sequence idle. This is just make this whatever. I think fucking where's our fucking models? So for your idle, since this isn't gonna be animated, just make it whatever. Just make it like Rocky Terrain 1 here. Just make it whatever one of your SMD names is. Just fucking reuse that shit. Okay, so hit Control Save. And now what we can do that we've saved our QC file is we can go into Browse, open this QC file in Crowbar, and we're going to hit Compile. Now, let's see if anything goes wrong. It's probably going to take a while because, this is a pretty high poly model. This is so fucking slow. Oh, there we are. One down, two to go. Okay, Jesus Christ. So it's done compiling, right? Our model is done compiling, and no errors. I did everything right, supposedly. Now, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Okay, so first of all, you're gonna go back to your models folder. You're gonna go back to the folder. So I'm back in my terrain model folder. Where are my models, right? Well, they're in this compiled folder. If you try to find these models in SFM, right now, like I'll do that right now. Fucking what is it? Come on, load all these motherfucking models. Ah,
The
Jesus.
first thing I did this morning was sneeze.
Oh, see, there we are. You look at this. Yeah, see, there's nothing there. If I click on wireframe, nothing here. It's invisible. That is because, look at that, compiled 0. It's in the wrong directory, basically. So, it's like I said, directories are super fucking important when you're dealing with porting in SFM. It has to be in the right place, otherwise it'll be invisible. It's like I said earlier, that's why, the mission critical step is exporting to the right path. You want to export your model to the place that you're going to find your model in. You can't, move it somewhere else. It has to be in the place it was exported from Blender to. So we're going to go into our compiled folder right here. Models. Just dig through here until we get to our models. There we are. If you did it correctly and it compiled with no errors, there should be models in here. You're just going to highlight all of them and then drag them up here onto terrain. So here they are. We've got our models. Now if we rescan, hopefully we'll get a checkerboard looking model because we haven't set up our materials properly. Okay, so there it is. This is good. This is a good sign. This is what you like to see. This missing texture is fucking beautiful because look at that. Our model is in SFM. It's high poly as fuck. And there we go. Oh, beautiful. That's perfect. That's fucking perfect. Oh god, I love Source. So, our model is now in SFM. Good job. You got that shit working. Fucking brilliant. Not done yet, of course. We still got to work out the materials. So let's figure out this missing texture, right? So we're going to go to where our material is. So for me, once again, I feel the need to say this again. That is in materials models, CGI Joe, terrain. Come on, there we are, Rocky. All right. You know what? This isn't the right VMT name. Shit.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days, and it's not the same pizza. It's not the same product.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Oh, why am I so bad at recording? Holy fuck. I wish I could just go back in time and slap myself right on the ass. All right. So here's where troubleshooting comes in. I can't fucking stand this. I need to get some water. Bro, please. Please, bro. Oh, oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. I fucking did it. I fucking did it. All right, I did it. I got this model in SFM. Look at this good shit. Okay, so there we are. You've got your model into SFM. Fucking fantastic. Um, Congratulations. Good job, man. You did it. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Let's do another. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm a speed run this one. I've already got, this far along. I named it already, Asphalt. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm a speed run right now. Let's go. fuck yeah, look at that. See, fucking beautiful. Holy shit, I'm so good at this. Oh, okay. So, fun fact, I already have this exact texture in SFM right now, right? But it's on a flat terrain model. Here it is. Same exact fucking model, or material rather. Create a light real quick. All right. You ready for this fucking reveal? Dude, you fucking ready for this shit? Look at this. Wait. Oh, oh, dude, look at this. It's not even fucking comparable. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. See, imagine you're going for a low angle cinematic shot, right? Like fucking this or something. This looks fine. This, you can make this work with like an entire just copy paste of this exact model. Over here, no chance in hell you can use this. And yeah, I hope this helps. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Feel free to turn on notifications. I'm not going to spam your feed, obviously, because I upload once in a blue moon. It'll definitely help you know when videos like these come out. And I hope this helps. I hope to see some fucking more terrain models being uploaded to the workshop in the future, because God knows there's not enough of them. Again, feel free to comment in the comment section if you don't know what the fuck I just did. And that's pretty much it. Tune in next time, and have a good one.